Welcome to the TOEFL listening section. In this part, you will hear one or more conversations in an academic or campus context, such as a discussion between a student and a professor, or between two students. You may take notes while listening. Listen to part of a conversation. You will hear it only once, so listen carefully. After the conversation, you will answer questions about what you heard. Some questions will ask you about main ideas and details. Others will ask about implied meaning, speaker attitude, or how ideas relate to one another. Use both what is stated and what is implied to answer.
Good afternoon, Dr. Thompson. Thanks for seeing me during office hours.
Good afternoon, Maya. How is your paper on social media impact on communities coming along?
I have a draft, but I am struggling with how to organize the examples and the theoretical framework. I want to show both positive and negative effects on community relationships.
That is a good plan. Start by deciding which concepts you will use. For community sociology, I recommend focusing on social capital, collective identity, and networked publics. Are you familiar with bonding and bridging social capital?
Yes. Bonding is strong ties within a homogeneous group, and bridging is weaker ties across diverse groups. But I am not sure how social media changes each type.
Social media can strengthen bonding social capital by enabling frequent contact among existing groups, like family chat groups or neighborhood forums. At the same time, platforms create opportunities for bridging social capital by connecting people across geography or social divides. However, there are caveats.
What kind of caveats should I include?
For example, algorithms and affordances of platforms often create echo chambers. When users engage mostly with similar views, the bridging ties are weak in effect, and polarization can increase. So a platform might appear to create many connections, but actually reduce meaningful cross-group exchange.
I saw that in the literature. But can we give specific real-world examples to make it concrete?
Yes. Use case studies. One is mutual aid groups on Facebook during Hurricane Harvey. Local groups organized resources and helped neighbors rapidly. That shows how social media enhanced local solidarity and mobilized resources offline.
I have that example. I also wanted to discuss political mobilization, like the role of social media during Black Lives Matter protests. That seems more about networked publics and collective identity.
Exactly. Those movements show how social media can enable rapid formation of collective identity and scale mobilization. But balance that with an example of misinformation circulating during public health crises, which harmed community trust.
So include both mobilization and misinformation. Do you think I should mention filter bubbles explicitly?
Yes, mention filter bubbles and echo chambers as mechanisms. Also discuss algorithmic amplification. Explain that algorithms often reward engagement rather than accuracy, so sensational posts spread faster than careful analysis.
That line about algorithms rewarding engagement sounds important. I will quote it. Can I also bring in the idea of parasocial relationships with influencers and their effect on local community norms?
You can. Parasocial ties can alter norms by giving certain actors outsized influence on attitudes and behaviors within communities. But keep it tied to local or community-level effects, not just celebrity culture.
Understood. I also want to use some methods to support my claims. What methods would be appropriate for this topic?
Mixed methods work well. Use network analysis to map ties and show bridging or clustering. Combine that with qualitative interviews or digital ethnography to understand norms and trust. Sentiment analysis can help track changes in tone after events.
Could I do a small survey of a neighborhood Facebook group and then map who interacts with whom?
Yes. A survey paired with interaction data from a group page, if you can get consent, would illustrate offline spillover. Many studies show online exchanges translate into offline volunteering and civic participation.
That helps. I am also concerned about inequities. How does the digital divide play into community impacts?
The digital divide matters a lot. Communities with limited access or lower digital literacy may be excluded from the benefits of online networks. This exclusion can exacerbate existing inequality and reduce overall community cohesion.
So I should address both connectivity benefits and differential access that causes exclusion.
Yes. Also analyze moderation and governance. Platform rules affect which voices are amplified and which are silenced. Community moderators on neighborhood sites can shape norms and inclusion.
I see. Moderation can either support inclusive community norms or create gatekeeping that fragments communities.
Precisely. For your conclusion, consider policy implications. Suggest community-based digital literacy programs, transparent algorithmic practices, and support for platform features that promote bridging ties.
Those are good policy recommendations. One last question. How do I make sure my argument is balanced and not just critical?
Use empirical examples of both positive outcomes like mutual aid and negative outcomes like misinformation. Ground each claim in evidence and explain mechanisms. When you recommend interventions, tie them to the mechanisms you describe.
Thank you. I will revise my draft to include bonding versus bridging social capital, algorithmic amplification, cases like Hurricane Harvey and Black Lives Matter, the digital divide, and methodological steps with network analysis and interviews.
That sounds comprehensive. Send me the revised draft and we can look at the analysis section together.
I will. Thanks again for the guidance.
Listen again to part of the conversation, then answer the question.
Algorithms often reward engagement rather than accuracy, so sensational posts spread faster than careful analysis.
This concludes the conversation portion. For more TOEFL practice tests and study materials, visit Spinta.org.